was okay. I have no idea what this sounds like. I didn't really do the test run with the phone today. Quick video, man, got a fun weekend. I hope everybody's doing okay. Man, thanks for all the support on that last video. That was pretty, these videos are very spontaneous. There's not a lot of planning or anything. I think I'm just kind of wired that way, seat of the pants, right? So I sit down and just try to play something that if there's a lot of mistakes or something, I'll definitely stop and redo it. But these are basically just sit down and play and talk off the cuff here. So my point is thanks so much for that last video. That video did good. There's a lot of views on that thing. But anyway, thank you for that. Big announcement. Me and Uncle Larry, Tom Bukovac, our good buddy here in Nashville, Tennessee, we are going to be live streaming on Brett Papa's YouTube channel this Sunday, July the 3rd at 7 p.m. Central Time. And he's going to be giving away that Duesenberg guitar that you saw on his channel that you sent your postcards in and stuff to. So check that out. We're going to be playing a lot, talking, you know, just vibing back and forth, you know, talking about the world of music and guitar and all that great stuff. Tom's a big inspiration to all of us here in town and just a great guy, and so is Brett Papa. So, again, just what a cool guitar community we've developed here. So a couple things. That's a little loop, and so I hope you can hear the chords okay. I know I was playing a lot of notes at the first part of that, and then I'm not even going to go back and listen to it, and I just hope it was okay. But the chords under that were C, A minor to F, back to C. Just a little R&B soul kind of groove, right? So it's kind of like this. So this is a great thing to start working with, because there's a lot of common tones here. You can basically use C major pentatonic, all that stuff. The fundamentals we're never departing from, but we're also, it all depends on the phrasing and the note that you land on is what we're going for here. And so if I'm playing an A minor, to F, back to C, up to A minor. This is all pentatonic, really basic stuff, but it's the phrasing and knowing and hearing what note to land on over the appropriate chord change. And so that's really what this comes down to. There are no hard, fast rules other than just using your ear. But if you learn a lick, you're only going to be able to use that lick in one certain scenario. If you learn how to improvise and create your own phrases, you're going to be able to learn how to play over any chord change that's thrown at you. And so just keep it up, man. Keep working out the chord changes. The chord inversions and shapes, the caged system, because that really is what helps. And I mean, just the triads. I was checking out these African guitar players last night on YouTube, trying to learn some of that stuff, and it's all based on these triads. It's like, you know, it's like all this stuff. B flat. Oh, sorry. No extra charge for mistakes. It's all these little triads. I mean, that right there. I know I'm throwing all kinds of shit at you here right now, but the thing about it is once you see these chord shapes and you can break down the triads, you're gonna realize that the chord, the arpeggio, the pentatonic, the scale, then chromatics, and then improvising over that, it all becomes just one vision of one thing. And I know that sounds weird right now, but when it clicks and you see these and you see that, like, wow, that is the template for everything I'm doing. I'm able to go back to these core shapes with my hand. My muscle memory knows, but more importantly, your ear. And so everything is, there's so many people that just grab the guitar and start playing without listening to what the sound is actually coming out of the instrument. So every time we pick up this instrument, we should be striving to play something musical. And so to do an exercise like this, let's do this one. People do this sometimes. I've had a lot of coffee today. So, and hey, this is what I drink. Man, this is what I drink now that I'm not drinking much alcohol anymore. These Waterloo drinks, look, or LaCroix, right? Not that you guys really care about what I'm drinking at my house, but I drink a lot of these. I hope they're not bad for you. And I'm sure somebody's going to comment and tell me that these are going to rot my stomach out one day or something. But 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 sodium, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 protein, 0 flavor. No, just kidding. Waterloo, I like the black cherry, the blueberry, the lemon lime. It's all good. Good way to, I guess, maybe stay hydrated if you don't like drinking normal water. They were saying, the sign down the street at the Mexican restaurant said, it's so hot outside, I think we're actually going to have to drink some water. So, and the one today was, today's yoga pose is a downward spiral. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, back to this. So there's a little on that. That's a little bit of the loop and stuff like that. You know, don't try to make this complicated. Don't try to work out some crazy Chet Atkins finger picking song. Take a nice basic chord change. Get associated with some of these relative minors in like the 1 to the 5, which I'm going to do a video on coming up. I actually did think about that. Just the relationship of chords that's going to be reoccurring for your whole life. C to A minor, G to E minor, G to D, the 1 to the 5, the 1 to the 6 minor, the 1 to the 4 to the 5, and just these basic chord changes. Start simple, because man, some of the best music I've ever heard is super simple that I go back to listening to all the time because it's so awesome. But I was gonna also incorporate a little bit of a tone lesson here, like this again. Like, I don't spend a lot of time doing these. I sit down, I plug into my little 66 Princeton reverb here with a 12-inch speaker in it. I've got the volume it's a little loud today. I've got the volume on 3, the treble's on about 4, the bass is on 3, and the reverb is on 3. And so here's the thing, I don't want to look at the knobs with my eyes. I mean, as much as I want to listen to it also. So if you think like, oh yeah, I want a big fat sound, I'm gonna turn the bass up to 5. Well, the bass can get real woofy on electric guitar if it gets too hot. So I like to turn, like, the louder the volume goes, the less bass and treble you really need. And so if I turn the volume on a Fender amp up to like 5, where like I'm playing live and it really starts getting good, the treble is around, on a Telecaster or a Strat, it's going to be around 4, and the bass is going to be down around 3 or 3.5, in most situations. So really listen to that. Don't go by like, oh, I'm going to turn the bass up to like 5 or 6. Roll that bass down to like, you're going to see that, like, if you turn it all the way down, it gets a little thin, but if you just roll the bass up to like 3, it's still really fat. And so I like to get a nice clean tone, out of the amp, and then incorporate my pedals. So a couple things. A buddy of mine down in South Alabama on the Gulf Coast was asking about his pedal board and why it wasn't sounding right. And I said, well, first of all, you got to have good cables, not monster cables. Those are not great. You want like a D'Addario Planet Waves American Stage Series is what everybody uses around here. And it's just a great cable. You don't want too much high fidelity coming through. You want it to be just a nice sounding cable. And those are great. They don't tangle up that much. And they, just a good cable. I'm looking over here because I got a whole wall of these cables. But good cables connecting the pedals, good power supply. If your pedals aren't sounding right, check your power supply. Don't run a daisy chain or anything like that. Get a good quality power supply. Good power supply, good cables, good pedals. You know, good thing to do is go to Exact Tone Solutions on Instagram and look at all the Nashville session guys' pedal boards, and you'll start seeing reoccurring pedals that are on there, and that's a good sign. I mean, you know, we live in Nashville, so we're lucky we kind of know, like, we start seeing certain amps popping up all the time. Chances are it's a pretty good one, right? So that's a good thing to do. But you want to make sure your pedals are in order. Like, go guitar into like your wah-wah first, then your tuner, then your overdrives or boosts, and then make sure your delays and reverbs are last. Loop pedal, if you have one on your board, last. And then any kind of modulation, I think, goes in between your overdrives and your delays. Now, that's a pretty good, just basic rule. Now, you guys are probably going to comment and say that I'm wrong, but that's a good kind of like place to start, you know. And so just a nice tone, you know, and then you know, that way you have a nice clean tone if you want to play some rhythm. Tone. I'm approaching it more of almost like a jazz player, and then incorporating pedals after that. So a nice incrementally introducing your boost. You don't want to, you want to make it sound like all this stuff is happening really naturally. So a nice fat clean amp sound, then maybe like a nice clean boost, but just a little bit, and then your overdrives just a little bit, and then the next stage, if you got a hotter overdrive, a little bit more. A little bit goes a long way. You don't want to have these drastic changes in like clean to really high gain. You want it to be nice and like stair-stepping up. So anyway, check out the Uncle Larry GT Brett Papa live stream Sunday, July the 3rd, 7 p.m. Central Time. I hope you got something out of this video. I'm going to, you know, I keep saying I'm going to try to be more consistent. It just seems to be impossible. What else is going on? John Oates, me and John doing our duo at the Station Inn on the 5th. Sean Kemp, 1st and 2nd at the Analog room here at the Hutton Hotel, 8 o'clock. Everybody have a great 4th of July. If I don't see you, I'm going to try. I'm sure I'll do a video before that. But anyway, thanks a bunch. Please, thanks. Also, I wanted to say really quick, there's been some more really great venue suggestions for the trio. My next chapter of my life is getting this trio, recording some new music and out touring a little bit outside of Nashville for a change. And so thanks for those suggestions. Check the links below. All private lesson tiers. Artist Works for sure is still going like gangbusters. That's been amazing. The Guitar Immersion Experience, and then everything else you can find. I'm easy to find. If you're not following me on Instagram, that's a great way to check up on daily stuff, shots of the studio, and the information on gigs, and just good various photo archive and all that stuff. So if you're not following on Instagram, definitely check that out, and look forward to seeing y'all real soon. I know I've been going 90 miles a minute here. I've had a lot of coffee this morning, but life's good. See you guys soon. Thanks again. All right, bye.